So, picture this, Henry Cavill, the man who once donned the red cape as Superman, just made his grand entrance into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and he's already stirring up the pot. Cavill showed up in Deadpool and Wolverine, and let me tell you, it was a cameo that had everyone talking. Imagine Cavill on his Instagram, giving us the first look at his take on Wolverine. Not just any Wolverine, though, he's the Cavalrine. It was a short but unforgettable moment early in the film when Deadpool, in typical Deadpool fashion, is scouring the multiverse for a version of Wolverine to help him out. And who does he find? An angry, jacked up Cavill as Wolverine. Deadpool even manages to sneak in a cheeky line about Marvel treating Cavill better than the studio down the street, a clear jab at DC. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Cavill was supposed to return as Superman, but with James Gunn rebooting the DC universe, that ship has sailed. So Cavill had to make some sacrifices for his new role. And what does he say about it? With a smirk, he posts, "To be safe, I shaved the mustache off for this one." Just the mustache. For those in the know, this is a hilarious nod to the infamous CGI debacle in Justice League, where he had to keep his mustache for Mission Impossible, Fallout, leading to that meme-worthy CGI upper lip. Director Sean Levy gave some behind-the-scenes scoop in an interview with Variety about how he got Cavill on board. According to Levy, it was all about the name. "If we're going to talk about him, we must call him by his actual credited name, the Cavalrine, which Ryan Reynolds coined," Levy explains. Ryan came up with that term, and we knew it was gold. Cavill said yes right away because he loved how subversive and playful it was. Plus, it was a nod to his legacy as a DC hero now that he's taking on a Marvel character. Fans have been buzzing about Cavill joining the MCU for ages, throwing around names like Hyperion and Captain Britain. While there's no official word yet on whether Cavill will stick around the MCU, his cameo as the Cavalrine has definitely opened up some exciting possibilities. So, if you haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine yet, you're in for a treat. Cavill's appearance is one of many surprises, and who knows what the future holds for him in the Marvel Universe. One thing's for sure, Cavill's making waves, and he's loving every minute of it. Meanwhile, picture this, Peter Parker is in the thick of it again, but this time, things are more twisted than ever. Imagine him crossing paths with an old friend, or rather, an old nightmare, the Venom symbiote. Yeah, the same one that nearly wrecked his life. But now, they're going to have to team up to save the world. It's the ultimate keep your friends close and your enemies closer scenario. So, here's the setup. Eddie Brock, along with various versions of himself from different timelines, is about to crash a brutal professional wrestling event in the pages of Venom War #1. And who's barreling towards this chaos to do what he does best? Our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, of course. Only, his iconic red and blue suit is out of commission. Instead, he's rocking the black Spider-Man suit. But get this, the black suit is actually the Venom symbiote in disguise. And surprise, surprise, this time they're actually on the same team. Now, let's rewind a bit. The Venom symbiote has been a thorn in Peter's side since it first showed up in Amazing Spider-Man number 252 back in 1984. Initially, it was just a cool new suit Peter picked up during the Secret Wars, but soon enough, he discovered it was an alien symbiote trying to take over his mind and make their bond permanent. When Peter finally rejected it, the symbiote found a new host in Eddie Brock, who had his own beef with Spider-Man. Together, they became Venom, initially a villain but eventually morphing into an anti-hero known as the Lethal Protector of New York. Fast forward to now, and Eddie Brock is no longer the sole kingpin of the Venom symbiote. He's been through a lot, even ascending to the role of the Marvel Universe's King in Black. But Venom War throws a wrench into the works. Eddie and his son, Dylan Brock, are now leading separate factions, each wanting to control the Venom symbiote for themselves. Neither is exactly the bad guy here, but both believe the other's victory would spell doom for the Marvel Universe. Dylan is hellbent on stopping his father, while Eddie has gathered an army of fellow Kings in Black. This leads us to the showdown. Peter Parker, armed with the black suit that is the Venom symbiote, is thrown into the mix. They have to put aside their tumultuous past and work together against a greater threat. It's a wild ride, full of tension and unexpected alliances. Venom War #1 is written by Al Ewing with art by Ivan Coelho and hits the shelves on August 7th. If you're a Marvel fan, this is one storyline you don't want to miss. It's Peter Parker, the Venom symbiote, Eddie Brock, and Dylan Brock all entangled in a battle that could reshape the Marvel Universe. Exciting stuff, right?